Hello, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. I have a disclaimer. We had major technical difficulties, but we are now on. We fixed everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for sticking out and staying with us. Welcome to Fighting for Freedom. I am Davida, alongside my husband Yaya. Together we're fighting for freedom, where I fight, we fight, and you fight. We are here usually every third Sunday. So because next Sunday is Father's Day, we decided to do it a Sunday earlier. But normally we're here every third Sunday from 7 p.m. till approximately 8. We'll be a little longer today. And we have a very special guest for you coming up. Again, thank you guys for joining us. But let my husband come in and greet you guys. Come on, babe. Yeah, are you there?
You can hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Can you
Yep,
hear me?
yep.
Good evening, and welcome to another episode of Fighting for Freedom, where we share stories of resilience, redemption, and the unwavering human spirit. I'm your co-host Yahya, and tonight we have a very special guest joining us, Mr. Delmont Player. Delmont's journey is one marked by hardship, perseverance, and transformation. After serving 25 years behind prison walls, he emerged with a story that deserves to be heard, not simply because of the time he served, but because of the man that he has become. His experiences speak to the realities of incarceration, the power of accountability, and the hope that can exist even in life's darkest moments. Tonight, we'll discuss the lessons he learned during those 25 years, the challenges of rebuilding life after release, and what freedom truly means from the perspective of someone who fought to reclaim it. His testimony is a reminder that people are more than the worst decisions they've made, and that change is possible when opportunity meets determination. So whether you're listening from home, from behind the walls of a correctional institution, or somewhere along your own journey of transformation, I encourage you to lean in and listen closely. This is Fighting for Freedom, and tonight we're honored to welcome Mr. Delmont Player. Assalamu alaikum, brother Delmont X. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Alaikum salam, dear bro. I thank y'all for having me. You and your amazing wife. I thank y'all for having me.
All right, well, let's start at the beginning, bro. Who was Delmont Player before incarceration, and who is Delmont Player today?
Oh man. So Delmar Player before incarceration was fondly known in the streets as Deli, Lunch Meat. Mac, I had quite a few names that that rolled off that had something to do with deli. Macadeli, Lunch Meat. He was an ignorant little kid, you know what I'm saying? Unable to read, unable to write, unable to articulate himself in any way other than violence. Um, I had a lot of hardship. He was the son, he was the baby son of a mother and father who ended up getting strung out on drugs. He was a baby brother of brothers who were in and out of the prison system, cousins who were in and out of the prison systems, but a strong mother, nevertheless, and and a unique father, nevertheless, that gave him so many life lessons, so much strength, and in which in the long run ended up helping me through my time of incarceration. And I was everything that the young brothers is that they call them YNs or whatever they call them now. And I was everything that they are is who I was, before I found knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And before I go on, I definitely gotta always say I like the first thing Allah for the opportunity. I like to give a shout out and salute to Mosque number 6 and then my like these life giving, life saving teachings. Come in the name of Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. I also like to thank my captain in Baltimore, Mosque number 6, and my Imam, Abdul Salam, and Captain Andrew Muhammad.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So, like my husband said, 25 years, that's a long time. That's a long time to be away. That's a long time missing the birthdays, the family, the events, the hugs. So, what was the hardest part? What was the hardest part outside of, missing your family? What was the hardest part of being in prison for 25 years?
I think I think the hardest part for me was having a front row seat to sort of like your own death. I always,
Wow.
I equate trial as like a funeral. Mine's it was kind of like a lot of people showed up. Some people for the right reason, some people for the wrong reason. But everybody showed up for the burial, and it was like after he was buried alive, that was the end of it. So I kind of like had a front row seat. I watched a lot of my family members die. I watched relationships that I had wither away. I
Right.
watched people get old. I watched my mother, triumph over drug addiction and then go into early stage dementia. So, I watched my father pass away, my lovely grandmother, two of my favorite aunts. So I think for me, it was kind of like, it's kind of like torture in a sense, right? And I used that as flame to like lash out while I was in the system. So it was kind of like just really sitting having a front seat of just watching your own life play out on screen, like but could not get in the game. Like you had a championship game and you just can't get in the game.
So what changed in prison? What changed in prison for you positively that turned you to?
I'm in an interview, that's why I didn't answer. Give me a minute. That's my daughter.
Okay, it's all right. It's all
Yeah,
right. We understand.
I love you. That's the only reason I answer. Love you, man. Yeah, my daughter see me outside, she's going straight up on me.
She can now. She can. So let her do it.
Absolutely. She
Yeah,
don't play no
yeah.
game. She seen the truck. She like, eat the hell that.
Right, right. So what happened in prison to turn you to Islam? What was the straw that broke that camel's back?
So in 2007, Merlin declared I was declared one of Maryland's most violent and disruptive prisoners and sent into the federal system. But prior to that, the seed had already been planted to what it was. So I was in the Baltimore City Supermax, and somebody sent me a daily bread, like a Bible course through the mail, so to speak. And it kind of like sparked something in me. I didn't want to throw it away. So after a while, I kind of like uh, got started reading it, and it kind of like it reunited something that was in me. Of course, there was always brothers, you know, y'all being one of this that's Muslim brothers. I see they walk, I see how they move, but specifically what led me back to, because I'll say back because what a lot of people don't know is before I went to prison, I used to sell bean pies and final calls for the Nation of Islam on North Avenue, Longwood. So, I know a little bit about the teachings. I met the minister, didn't know who he was at that time. Um, I was young, but I respected the militancy and the discipline. But of course, at that time in my life, the seed was just planted. So over the course of years throughout prison, when you start when you're ignorant and you don't really know nothing, you can kind of do anything. But once I taught myself how to read and write on segregation, I started learning more, so it kind of dictated the way I moved, the way I act. So once I kind of start falling into that trend, and then I seen like how Islam was changing men's life behind the wall, like making
Right,
them move different, making them be in the environment, not of the environment. And I'm not saying men perfect by a long shot. You know what I'm saying? There are definitely a lot more men they're not. I mean, there's not as many men who represent that in its totality. But the ones that did, I had a profound respect for. I had a good relationship with. So I watched them, even if I wasn't mimicking them and following them at the time.
right,
So what led me into Islam was I asked a brother named Warren Muhammad, who's still incarcerated. I asked him to start a class because I always respected men.
right.
So I asked him to start a class where we could come out. We was on Max 2 at the time, which was the highest security in the state of Maryland. I was just coming back from out of state. And he told me, man, I ain't doing that. But I convinced him to start the class. He started the class, and then they let him off of Max 2. So it kind of fell in my lap. We planning a law plan, so I didn't want it.
Mhm.
I'm ducking it, and I'm like, man, I ain't got time for that. So it's men trying to step up, but they really don't. They're not qualified in my eyes, right?
Okay,
I don't want to say like I got the right to be a judge of nobody, but especially at that time. But mind you, I'm still fighting with who I'm becoming. and who
Right.
I believe and I've been told my entire life that I am. So in my eyes, they did not qualify, from a man's perspective of how I was used to conducting myself behind the prison walls. So I essentially told them they could not stand in those shoes. And I, especially after I heard the minister say that, men don't follow no punks. So
Okay.
the brother told me, man, you take the class. And I didn't really know what to do. So all I did was took the message to the black man. I read a couple lines and we would build on. I grabbed the Holy Quran. And that kind of like started the trajectory of me learning these life-giving, life-saving teaching and propelling me to do something different. So when I came off, when I was fortunate enough to get off, maybe like close to a year later, I got around the brothers and I just love the camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? They working out together, they eating together, they walking together, they breaking bread together. They ain't backbiting, they not slandering, they not gossiping, and they just moving like a unit. And like I said, these are men that I respect as men. And one thing that I tend to I say about myself, like I just never been. I don't make moves. I don't make moves like lightly. I'm calculated. Anything I do, I'm calculated. Like I move. I don't just make moves just to make. I bet my life on everything I do. So once I started getting like into the teaching and understanding, then I said, yeah, this and it had been 20. I mean, I did my thing by myself for 23 years. Like I wasn't submitting to nothing. So, it I was calling myself a Christian at one time, a gangster Christian and
Right.
everything else, because I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to do it my way and nobody was just gonna tell me how to do it. But so it took me some time to submit to anything. But once I did, I was all in. But that's what did it. It was just seeing how life was moving, how things weren't changing, and how the same things that I had been doing over the years, the young brothers, they was coming in now, they was doing the same thing. And then I'm 14, 15 years in and nothing changed. I'm still back and forth behind the door.
It's coming. Just a little delay, y'all. I think we lost a brother. You there, Delmont? Mm. Yeah, I think we lost him. Let me send him a message. This happened, y'all. It happens. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna text him. So thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. Thank you, Miss Donna, for joining us today. We appreciate you guys. Yeah, hopefully he'll be back shortly. Like I said, we're here every third Sunday at 7. If you know anyone who want to join the podcast, if you have something you want to say, if it's anything you want to bring to the people, um, please email us at fighting for the number 4 freedom at myyahoo.com. Send us an email. We'll get right back to you. If you have your own content and you want to join the fight with us, get on this channel with us. Good to see you. Good to see you, Bishop Head Jr. Our last month guest is in the studio. Well, he's in the comments section. Thank you so much for coming back in and supporting us. Um, we're just waiting to see if Mr. Player is going to get back on here with us. Are you on, babe?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure where he went. So we did some rebranding, everyone. Um, I think right. He said he didn't know what's happening. It's okay. I'm texting him. I'm just asking him to jump back on if he can. Yeah, we've been having some issues today. some issues. Okay. So we did some rebranding, guys. So wait a minute, I'm texting him. We all Jai. Talk to the people for me, babe. Black Senate World. That's who we are now. Black Senate World. We still on YouTube, so you can join us. And Ira.
Hey, babe, I'm tripping, man. Hey, good evening, everybody, man. Sorry for the difficulties, man. I guess everybody that's out there in the real world, man, know how this works sometimes, man. Dealing with this technology stuff, man. So I mean, computers and this system, I definitely don't know nothing about it. So I'm just stringing along, but I ask that y'all continue to tune in. I thank y'all for still staying on the line and still waiting for the brother to come back in so that y'all can hear his story.
Yes, Mr. Delmont Player has been home. I had an opportunity to speak with him about some of his accolades, some of the things he's done since being released. I think he's been out for a little over 2 years. Um, he has multiple businesses he started. He got married. He said he met his wife, I think, like a couple of weeks after he been home, and they've been strong since then. Um, and I do want to say happy anniversary to my husband. Happy anniversary. Today is our anniversary,
Same to you, babe. Happy anniversary, yeah.
and we still have a long way to go. It looked like Mr. Delmont Player is back.
I don't know what's going on
It's
over
okay.
here.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. It is
That's that
okay.
fire. That's that fire I'm breathing. I'm breathing in here. I'm getting right.
You passing the word to the people. The phone can't handle it.
You know.
Right. So let me ask you this. You get that call and say you coming out. What that felt like?
Oh, man. So it wasn't really real at first. At first, I'm like, man, I believe when I see it. Like, because so when I went to court, the judge kind of made me believe that he was going to give it to me. But when they told me that I was actually supposed to get released, and then I didn't get released, and then I didn't get released the next day, and then I had to do the whole weekend, and then I didn't get released till Monday night, like 6 o'clock at night. I'm just in there like man, they playing games. They ain't trying to let me go. But when I came out, like I don't really know what I felt. I just remember telling Miss Graham from No Struggle. I just remember telling Miss Graham Jeanette, like, I just want, they like, what do you, I'm like, I want to see my mother. Like, I want to see my mother. That was like, that's all I wanted to do. And of course, I wanted a bean pie too. They asked me what I wanted to go eat. Everybody, she like, you can spend $5. Say, man, just bring me a bean pie, sis. And I'm good with that. And the bean pie. And it's funny because to this day, that's like my litmus test. Like when I go through things out here, because getting back to living is hard.
Right.
Like a lot of stuff I never experienced, uh, you know, flat tires, oil changes. So these
Mm,
things hit me like I thought you get a car. What you need? You don't never need gas. You never need tune ups. So I'm learning, like, these things I'm currently learning, but I always resort back to something that my brother Anthony Muhammad always often tell. He told me one time, I was going through it and he just found it very amusing. And I'm like, bro, why you find what I'm going through amusing? And he said, brother, a bad day out here is worth 1,000 good days behind the wall. So when I go through things now, I always think about two things. As long as I can hug my mother,
right.
or somebody that's like a mother figure to me and eat me a bean pie, I'm winning. I'm telling you. That's how I look at it. As long as I can eat a bean pie and hug somebody that I love that's like a mother to me, I'm winning.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I'm winning.
So you
But
get
yeah,
out.
it was surreal.
Right.
Like being told that you're gonna die in there, the judge telling you that yeah, I'm sentencing you to die in there. Everything you're doing in there being conducive to keep you in there and to help you die in there.
Right.
So like, because for a long time I bought into the idea that I just was never coming home. They
Yeah.
sold it to me. The judge sold it to me. When I got in, guys in the prison system sold it to me, and I just bought it. And when I bought it, I ran with it, and I'm like, man, if I'm dying in here, I'm gonna be a legend back this joint. Like I'm gonna do me. I ain't going for nothing. So I was in everything but a hearse. You know what I mean? But I walked tall. I walk like a man. I ain't never did nothing behind the walls that I can't talk about. That you know what I'm saying, and alhamdulillah to that, that I was able to maintain, keep everything intact. I came out the way I went in, and what I mean by that is standing on my 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? I am who I am, right? So, yeah, but it was surreal when I walked out. When I walked out, it was surreal. I just was so happy. I ain't stopped running since. I'm telling you.
Okay. So you hit the ground. You hit the ground. You out here, and your plate is full. Your plate is full. So tell me about these businesses.
Uh, so I, man. I mean, again, I gotta salute my captain. But I came out here and I just went at it like every so. A lot of people think a lot of what I'm doing is I've been preparing for.
Yeah.
Once I got in my mind that I thought there was an opportunity that I may come from behind these walls, and I got into because so one thing about it I'm taught in the nation, we're taught to. I'm a planner. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Everything I at once I got into the nation, everything I begin to do, every move I make, it was with an aim, with a purpose. So I didn't come out to sell if I ain't on a mission. So I started planning and setting myself up and lining myself up for what
Mhm.
it would look like if I was ever given the opportunity to make it from behind those walls. And I also started doing things that was conducive to me coming home behind the walls, right?
Right.
And so when I came out, all I did was took everything I had and just hit the ground running. I was networking before I got out. So, I had like a sister like Tia who got a Urban Reads bookstore. She has the magazine, State versus Us. So I did interviews in there. She was promoting my books. She was selling my books in the books. I had different bookstores selling my books. So when I came home, boom, I took the money I came home with, bought my books, and did a book signing,
Okay.
right? So then I took that money, I did, and then I used, like I said, a lot of the things that made me successful behind the wall is the thing that made me successful out here. The discipline, the drive, the will. That I don't take no for an answer. I don't stop. So then I took some of that money and I bought my first batch of oil. And then I started selling oil. Then I started selling bean pies. Then I started selling, so it is just it's like the hustle mentality. It's like everything I was when I was in the dunya, I bought it to the dean. I just put the righteousness on it. So
Okay.
then I took my books. I said, okay. I said, man, I had this idea to turn my books into movies. So I started working with a sister, Nene Capri, down Atlanta, a film producer, director, cast. We started working, we partnered, and now we're in the process every Thursday, every Sunday. We didn't cast about 95% of our cast. We got locations, we got budgets, and you know what I'm saying? We still in the process of gelling everything together, and we hoping to start filming sometime in August. And we got some mean new players coming out of the city of Baltimore because this thing all Baltimore. Uh, uh,
Okay.
uh, so it's different. All kind of ethnic groups in there. Like you gonna get a little bit of everything, and it's something that they ain't never seen. Then I'm working with another one of my partners from AVP. Me and her partnered up and started doing a lot of the work. We do workshops. We train businesses, we train companies, we go into office. Because what I learned a lot about being out here, and I don't know if it was before COVID or COVID just enhanced what it looked like, but through
Mhm.
COVID, what I learned from after coming out here after COVID, that a lot of people we in the office and don't even know who each other are.
Right.
So what we did is that we came together and started working and just creating space for people to get to know each other in the workforce and things like that. But then I came out here and started doing the work that I'm passionate about, and that's saving and changing lives. So I came
Okay.
out here, I started working with We Our Us. I commend them brothers over there, Captain Andrew, Pastor Burton, Pastor Coy. Dr. Bunny, I commend them men because they accepted me for exactly who I am.
Right.
Right? I never, and that's the one thing I said I didn't want to. I didn't want to be the guy who came home and had to act like he was somebody other than who he was. Right?
Okay.
So all the people that I work with or work for, like shout out to my boss. You know what I'm saying, Brooks, and like they allow me to be my authentic self and to use my history and my experience to help other young men and women not go down the same path. So we are us, Baltimore brothers. I work with different organizations, the Peace Team, Uncle T and them over there, Challenge for Change. So it's like Thrive with Pastor Ebony. So it's like just being able to do that work, going into the community. I'm specifically on the Stop the Beef team, me, one of my lieutenants, Brandon, good brother EB. Like I'm specifically on the Stop the Beef team. So what we do, we go into the community, we meet with known shooters, right? We
Okay.
meet with known victims, and we build relationships with these young men and these young women, so that when something happened, we can stop somebody from pulling the trigger and ruining their life, ruining somebody else's life, and throwing their life away for making one bad decision because we explain to them how it haunts them, and then we just bring conflict resolution. Because a lot of times, when we don't really can't see nothing but red, and it's nobody really because it's a danger. So it's dangerous work. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like so I salute all the women who support the men that go into these streets every day and put their life on the line because when you step into these streets, you step between a man and his gun
Mm.
trying to tell him that shorty, listen, this ain't the way. And sometimes you gotta literally disarm these little brothers and like, bro, this is not the way. Like you're gonna everything you love, you're gonna sacrifice. So yes, and so I mean it's really not nothing. I'm still writing books, cause I'm working with the family. I'm married now, so that's a whole nother line of work. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different kind of work. That's 24 hours a day, 365. Salute to my wife, man. And I'm telling you, salute and I man, salute to my wife, man, because it takes an amazing woman to be able to put up with a brother that come from behind them walls, man, that's trying to learn how to readjust. She has exercised so much patience. You know, she gives me so much love, but she also gives me. People often ask me like, "What is it?" And I say the one thing that she gives me that I believe that is unmatched. So it's that comfort, that peace. You know what I'm saying? And even the law talk about when you find a wife, that's half your religion. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? She's your console, like, and I mean she's really mine. So when they don't see the tears, when they don't see the frustrations, when it look cool, it look for the internet and all that. She the one behind the scenes birthing me back to life. She the one that always encouraging me. She the one that pushing me forward. You know what I'm saying? Standing beside me, standing in front of me, standing behind me,
Right.
standing right with me. Like so, shout out to my wife. Shout out to my wife Kim. Man. Like I can't say that enough for that woman. Like next to a law, man. I'm talking about that. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Leave that.
Okay. Let me ask you this: when you do the conflict resolution with the, how is that? Are they receptive? I'm like, when you go into that energy when they just want to get at each other, and what does that look like? You calming the scene.
So it's a different kind of move. So when we step into them rooms, I'm stepping in there like the brother I used to be.
Okay.
Because you see, so sometimes, people, these young brothers, they don't really care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? So sometimes when I'm stepping in there, I'm telling them, look, I don't give up. All that I was stepping and all that you and I don't want to like get to use the language, but I'm saying that's how we coming. Like I'm
Right.
coming
Right.
in like, yeah, I'm all of that too. We did, and then I'm telling you like how it don't mean shit. Excuse my language. Like,
Right.
did 25 years. We was walking, we was stepping, it went behind the wall, we was pushing the bangers, and all I say, man, it's phone. It came out here, it ain't mean nothing. Ain't
Right.
pay no
Right.
bills. It don't stop nobody from getting sick. It don't open no bank accounts. It don't get you no job. So I
Nope.
tell the little brothers all the time, like, now, brother, listen, the shit you're gonna have to do 25, 30, 40 years from now, you might as well do it now. Because I'm telling
Yeah.
you, everything that you got to do now, you're going to have to come. Everything that I did not do because I thought I was doing me, I had to come back and do. I had to go back to school, get an education. I had to come right back out here, work, start paying taxes. I had to
Right.
come out here, live a life, come out here, take. So all the stuff that you're going to end up doing, you might as well start doing it early so you can get ahead of it. Because now I'm playing from a 25 year, and you can't make up for time. You can't chase
No.
time. So all you can do is work with what you got. So so it's a different battle when you step. And once they get an understanding of that, then I break it down. So I coined the word maybe in the magazine when Remy Ma was locked up. I wrote the Double XL magazine. I coined a word called gamercide, right?
Yeah.
And so gamercide, anytime you put side on the end of something, it's the intentional
Yeah.
killing of
Yeah.
menticide, infanticide, homicide. So
Hmm.
gamercide is me intentionally killing the game. So
Okay.
what that looks like is I explain to them, tell me who your big homie is. Tell me what you got going on. Tell me how much money you getting. Tell me this. Tell me that. And then I'm gonna dismantle it for you. I'm gonna
Mm.
tell you why it don't mean nothing. So that's what we do. And then I explain to them what it's gonna look like. You're gonna pull a trigger. Your homeboys gonna probably be the ones that rat you out. You're gonna
Wow.
sit over jail 18 months to 3 years. You're gonna face a jury. They're gonna knock your brains out. The judge gonna sentence you to life. Everybody in the courtroom that you thought was your friend, your girlfriend, everybody gonna disappear. And that's if you're lucky not to get killed out here. That's if a
Right.
law spare you. Then you're gonna go to prison. You're gonna still have to put in work because it never really stops. And then you're gonna do 10, 15 years putting in work, and then you're gonna realize, damn, I still gotta put in more work. They know about me already. And then you're gonna get tired and say, man, I've been keep putting in work, it don't change. Then you're gonna start trying to get it together. It's gonna take you another 15 to get out. And then you're gonna come out here and everything you could have did before you went in, you had to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I tell him, and I pull my GT up and I show them, listen, our little brothers and sisters behind the wall fighting. I say, man, they fighting to get out. Y'all dying to get in, chief. Like,
Wow.
don't be fooled by this little, cause everything is an illusion now. Like we seeing it, like you seeing that they promoting prison on
Yeah.
social media. Little guys, they and showing their knives and they pressing people out. Like I don't know when it started when it got cool for gangsters just to tell on themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like you all in there letting the people know you got cell phones and they think it's cool. And I'm telling you, it ain't like that. Cause see, when them cameras go off, that social media stop, and it's time to go to bed, and them lawyer bills can't get paid, and that money ain't coming through the mail, ain't nobody coming to visit no more. All that shit, well, all the
Mm.
jokes and shit, they stop playing and want to be on social media. So I just give them the real, and then the blood off my hands. And then I tell them, if you don't accept it, you're gonna accept it. You're gonna submit to something. If you don't accept it from me, you'll eventually accept it. You'll
Right.
accept it one way or another. So that's what it looked like when we go in there and we mediating conflict. When we mediate, don't get it out. It don't always go like that though. We done
Right.
been in the
Right.
middle of some brawls, and I tell her
Woo.
like, because some people just gotta learn the hard way. I was one of them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like it was nothing in the world that could have stopped me from going because Allah had a plan for me. People didn't know it. I didn't know it. But I thought I was doing what I wanted to do. But yeah, sometimes we find ourselves literally in the middle of a brawl. You know what I mean? Breaking stuff, grabbing weapons. Like, yeah, it gets crazy sometimes. But that's the work. And I'm saying, our messenger tell us, if you ain't willing to die, then lead it. If you ain't willing to die for this, then get the hell out of the way.
Right.
Our
Right.
work in the streets.
Right. So is it women? Is it females in these meetings too that you need to help mediate?
Women the most turned up. They the ones. They be the sisters, the brothers be kind of cool sometimes. But the women, the women different now, sis. I'm telling you, the women different. They be on go. Like they talk about run. They run in the man mouth, and they don't listen. The sisters be different. You know what I'm saying? Like the sisters be different. But like I say, I'm up to it because my primary work, my primary work our primary work in the nation, under our leaders and our teachers is like our work in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So like we in the streets. So the work that I'm doing is twofold because 2-3 days out the week I'm in the streets, and on nation business 2-3 days out the week I'm right back in the streets. We are us, and I'm right back in the community. And I'm in the schools. You know what I'm saying? Student support staff with my team. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so it's like really everything is kind of connected. You know what I'm saying? But it's what I signed up to do. So it's like if I gotta go out here and lay my life down to stop another brother from going out here and pulling the trigger, and a mother had the experience what my mother had, or a family having to suffer like the families of the victims and stuff when we was out here, then I'm gonna do it every day because that's the work. Like I didn't help so much with the destruction of my own community that it's only right that I lay my damn life down and help get it back right.
Okay. So what's next? What's next? What's next?
What's next right now? What we trying to do now? We trying to make. We say one life is one too many. So we trying to bring Baltimore in this year, inshallah, under 100 murders.
Okay.
All right, that's what's next. We out here, we fighting. We got the Beyond the Wire coming out next week on the 18th, world premiere. You know, where we change the trajectory of what people think about Baltimore. You know, Baltimore ain't all guns. Baltimore, a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So, you know, we bringing the city back. You know what I'm saying? The movie, the mini series that I'm doing, we bringing the city back. All that's about making the city, you know, giving the people a different look into the city. We seeing men and women pop out of the prison system because it's just our time. You know what I'm saying? What's next is constantly cleaning up the community, making the community a decent, safe place for our women and our children. Constantly going to these streets. You know, we go, my brother Andy, we go block by block, brick by brick, house by house. You know, we going door to door because we really trying to change. We trying to build unity. And that's what I love about We Are Us. You got Muslims, Christians, Nation, Sunni, more signs, Pan-African, Jehovah's Witness, Jews, Jewish, like ex-gangbanger, ex-drug dealer, ex-drug addict, like I'm talking about like police officers, politicians, everybody working together, one aim, one mission. What? To bring Baltimore back, to make our community a decent, safe place, to set the record, and to be the litmus test for all the other inner cities that suffer with the same thing that we suffer from: ignorance, you know what I'm saying, self-hatred, you know, us killing one another, killing our kind, disrespecting our women, disrespecting our elderly. So that's what we out here doing. We just had a situation the other day where it was a grandmother crying out about the people, you know, going into the house next door, and immediately our leaders and We Are Us issued a call. We knock on our door, and then we engaged the community.
Right.
We engaged the community to tell them that, listen, it's our duty, because we done seen what happened in years past when somebody reach out and they ask for help, how our little brothers and our little sisters respond to stuff like that. You know, because they got a false perception, and then they get behind the walls and they wish they would have never did things like that. So now, you know, we immediately engage this, because my captain said, yeah, that's a call. When our sisters give a call, we answer. We showed up and we went to the community. We talked to the young brothers that got the streets and tell them, listen, it's y'all duty. That's our grandmother down there. That's our mother. That's our sister. That's our daughter. That's our niece. So that's y'all duty to protect. Listen, and we're not saying nothing morally right about the streets, but it's things that should not happen, and it's things that we will not accept. So they you know, they step to it, and you know what I mean, they help the brothers out, help make sure the sister good. And then even today, some of the little young brothers reached out to us about jobs. So that's what's next. You know what I mean? Lining the next generation up. You know, I love going to these graduations, you know what I mean, seeing the future, because it's looking promising. I stay at a graduate. I've been to so many graduations this week, it's not even funny. From elementary school to high school to college. You know what I mean? But I love seeing it because it was something I didn't have. So I love being a part of it. So yeah, that's what's next. Just keep pouring into our youth, because one of my brothers always say, a youthless movement is a useless movement.
Right.
And my brother Dr. Bundy say often, what you do most, you do best. So what we do most is we get out here and we educate our people, we love on our community, and we keep pushing this thing forward, because I'm telling you, we ain't trying to stop until there's 0 homicides in the city of Baltimore.
Okay. So when can we expect your project? to come out? You said you're working on this movie. You almost got all of the cast members, right? So when
So
can
we looking to start filming. Hopefully, inshallah, in August. So by hopefully by next spring, we would have everything shot up, everything have been and went and did all the editing and everything. And then we looking to drop something, we looking to hit and we looking to hit from up top. No, maybe stars, Netflix, something like that. Like we coming big, me and my sister Nene. And yeah, we really and I'm saying in the cast we got, and we got a couple celebrities that a couple people know, that that's on board with us. But I think it's the new talent,
right.
and specifically my four main characters, the two brothers and their wives. You know what I'm saying? The two brothers and their wives. One of them Muslim. He got a. I'm talking about like this gonna be a trendsetter, and it's a mean punchline. It's gonna be something to be talked about. Baltimore been waiting for something. It's our time.
Okay. Can you give us a little sneak peek, a little taste of what it's about?
Ah,
You can't spill the beans.
no, because if I tell you, Nene gonna go upside my head. I
Right.
want to tell you, but I will say this. Uh, I will say it's all things Baltimore. It's gonna be a lot of recognizable names in there, like city legends, right?
Okay.
It's gonna be it's everything Baltimore. It's like we own this city, the wire, power, top boy, all that on steroids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like we ain't missing it, and it's really gonna be, and no slight that what nobody else have done over the years, but it's really gonna be Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? The last couple films came out about the city, really didn't have a lot of people from the city, so you know what I mean. It showed up in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Or the miniseries. So this
So
gonna
it's a
be all
mini
things.
series. It's a
Huh?
mini
Yes,
series.
yes.
Okay.
This is a miniseries. So yeah, this is a miniseries. We got the first 3 seasons done.
Ooh, that's a
So
lot.
yeah, yeah, this great, this great be something, this great be something, and I'm gonna give you something, and I hope Nene don't kill me for this. And Nene, I love you to death, I hope, but I'm gonna give y'all something because it come out of one of my books. But I'm gonna tell you how I start off. It opens up with Baltimore City Police Department. What's your emergency? And then
Ooh,
we get busy.
okay.
We got music. We got music. You know what I'm
A
saying? The
soundtrack.
whole,
You got a
yeah,
soundtrack?
yes, we ain't got a whole soundtrack, but we got
I
the
got
whole
you.
anthem and everything. Like it's listen, out there, we gonna get busy.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna get busy. We gonna put we gonna put the city on it. We gonna put the city and we gonna put the city on the map.
Okay. Okay. So where can people find you at? Where are you? If somebody
I'm where I'm not.
where
You
somebody
know,
looking for you, where
yeah,
can
you know what I'm saying? Where I'm not. I'm
just to
saying I'm in all the states. You know what I'm saying? I'm everywhere. Like I'll be moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like a moving target. You see me, then you don't. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. But no, I'm social media. I'm Amazon. Like if you're looking to see something about me and my mother, on TikTok, that's my me and my mother,
yeah, you
that's
sent
our
me that.
platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're looking to see like what I'm doing on an everyday tip, Instagram, Michael Delmont, Facebook, Delmont Michael, because they don't allow me to put my last name on they don't allow me to put player, although I'm Delmont X now.
Right.
It doesn't allow me to put play on there. But and then like so everything and you can see me, you can go to We Our Us page. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? We constantly in the streets. We do food giveaways twice a week. We in the streets twice a week. We do various different we work with different programs, whether it be Thrive, Peace Team, Safe
Right.
Streets, Baltimore Brothers. It's like
Okay.
I'm saying we are challenge to change. Like we always got something going on. As far as when it comes to building community. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me anywhere where the kids at.
Okay.
Cause the kids they wiles me out. Either I'm skating, I'm in the woods, I'm zip lining. My little brothers they had me, they be had me doing all kind. I just did my first TikTok with my little sixth grade sisters, you know. So
Uh-huh.
I'm everywhere, sis, and I mean, and I say that humbly, you know,
Okay.
and then you can find me relatively every Sunday in the mosque.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can
Okay.
find me at FOI class. You know what I'm saying? So you can find me putting in work.
Okay.
Wherever
So
the work at, that's where you're gonna find me at.
okay. Well, listen, that was a lot. That was a lot. I want to thank you. You got the
Thank
comments
you.
like going off. You know, some brothers that had some words for you in there, but you was going. I couldn't even really get it in. But it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure talking to
Thank you.
you. I'm so excited for everything you have going on. I can't wait for this series to come out. You know, so we can see that and we can support it any way we can. You know, let us know. um, like, share, and subscribe. You guys share this so that we can get this out and we can get this site, this podcast moving and rolling like we wanted to. Um, Again, like I said, we're here every third Sunday of the month, and we're here at 7 o'clock. You know, you always welcome. This don't have to be the end. You can give us updates and tell us what the city is doing and what you're doing. And we will follow you on all social media platforms so we can give you that support. Um, and yeah, we wanna get out of here. Babe, you wanna? Are you still on? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
hey,
big
man,
bruh,
hey,
man.
hey, bro, you already know what it is, man. For what it's worth, man. I'm definitely proud of you, man. You know what I mean? I see your movements and I feel your energy out there real loud. You feel me? And man, boy, hey, I'm happy for you out there. Trust me. I mean, you've been on this side already, so you know what these trenches is, man. So to be able to see something that you love, man, rise above this and step back out there into that life again, man, and hit that ground running. And you already know what we yearn for and what we long for while we're on this side, man. So to see somebody actually doing it and striving and emotion with it, yeah, man, you can't be nothing but, that's nothing more than the mercy of Allah. You feel me? So, man, hey, man, that's
Babe,
the best for you out there. Yes,
babe, let me ask him one question. Somebody want to know where's the food giveaways?
player.
Oh, dang, it dropped, babe. Dang, go ahead and he just sent me a message and said it dropped again. He said tell him I'll ask him where the food giveaways. But let's take us home, babe.
All right, man, it's always a pleasure having the opportunity, man, to address greater society. I mean, as y'all can see, man, and we come from a real place, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? Two sides of the same coin, though. So with that being said, man, as we close out the night episode of Fighting for Freedom, we want to thank our guest, Delmont X, for sharing his truth, his journey, and his unwavering spirit. Every story reminds us that a person's worst mistake does not define the totality of who they are. Growth is possible, healing is possible, and redemption is possible. So for those listening from behind the walls, to families that's waiting
There we
faithfully on
go.
the outside, and to communities working to build bridges instead of barriers, never lose hope. Keep fighting for justice, and above all, keep fighting for freedom. Until next time, this is the co-host Yahya, along with Davida, my wife, reminding you that freedom begins in the mind. It's strengthened through perseverance and is sustained by faith. Stay encouraged, stay committed to becoming your best self, and remember, your past may explain your story, but it does not determine your future. May Allah continue to guide our steps, soften our hearts, and open doors that no one else can close. Amen.
Amen.
All right, he's back. So some people in the comments they want to know where are the food giveaways.
So one of them, we have one at the Lord's Church. I believe it's 5010 Park Heights Avenue. Is right there, right off Spalding and Park. That's every Tuesday. And then we have one. I think that's every Thursday. But they can go to the We Are Us page because I sometimes I get them mixed. Then we have one right there on Garrison and Liberty Heights. Uh, uh, right there. behind or in front of the old mosque, in front of the Nation Islam mosque, which is
Right.
under renovation right now.
Okay.
So every Tuesday and Thursday,
All right.
full
Thank
giveaways.
you.
So yeah, but they can follow. Go to We Hour Us page, and it'll give you updates on everything. Cause we do food giveaways in other different neighborhoods also. But
Okay.
that'll keep you on everything that that's We Hour Us. What we doing? I love you, Yaya, bro. Salute to you, bro. Salute to your amazing wife,
you,
man.
bro.
Man, I know your struggle. I know your fight, man. I know your drive, and I know your caliber, bro. So salute to you, big bro. Thank y'all for having me. Alhamdulillah, I appreciate y'all, and I definitely gonna
Hey,
keep you.
look,
I definitely keep y'all abreast of what's going on and give y'all some exclusives. Cause we great. I'm great. We great tear to sum up. We just getting started. We great tear to sum up this year.
absolutely. Hey, look, I say go ahead and shout out everybody that you need to shout out, man, and
Right.
leave something for the listeners, bro.
So I want to shout out my We Out Us team. I want to shout out my student support team, my brother Green, you know what I'm saying? My boss, Brooks, you know what I mean? Miss Wilson, Andy, Kenny, you know what I'm saying? The bomb squad, all my little sisters, you know what I'm saying? That shows up for me on a regular basis. Salute to my wife, my amazing wife. I love you, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Bro, my brothers, D2 Anton, of course, my mother, you know, they made my cousin Missy. Just man, salute to my Nation of Islam brothers, man, the brotherhood and the MGT sisters that support me, man. My captain and my imam, like I salute to them. Salute to the life-giving, life-saving teacher. Salute to the minister. I got to meet the minister for the
Right.
first time. Me and my wife graduated this year. Man, salute to the man. Just salute to you and your wife, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, everybody that support Brother Delmont, all the students that I interact with every day of connections. Love y'all to death, man. I love seeing y'all do wonderful things. And man, and if I can leave you with anything, it would have to be question everything.
Mm.
There's no such thing as a wrong question.
There you
And it
go.
doesn't mean that you don't believe somebody. All it means is that you're seeking further knowledge. Because
Yep.
the one thing for sure, two things for certain, no matter what it is that you're doing in life, you're going to need knowledge to do it. So that's what I would leave you with. Always seek knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Yes, sir.
And
William Gross says yes, sir.
absolutely, as I always say, every day, make the day your best day. And the yesterday, live it and live it like it's your last day. So that means prepare yourself into the future, leave something lasting, do something for yourself, for your kind, for your people. You know what I'm saying? And make your life and your legacy one of greatness and not one of heartache. Peace.
All right. There we go. There we have it. You guys have a wonderful Sunday evening and
You too,
be
sir.
safe out there. Thank you so much, Mr. Player.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
All right, fam. Take care of yourself.
Stay strong out there and stay focused, man.
Likewise. Likewise.
And
You up next?
congratulations on your marriage too, man.
Yeah,
You
man.
get
Yeah,
my
yeah.
hug
I
for
did
me.
it. And yeah, you up next. I had to do Hawaii for the honeymoon. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Finally
I'm
got to
good.
take my shoes off, Chief, and just walk in this land, man. I never took my shoes off or nothing. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh man,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You up next,
you
though?
know, man.
Okay.
All right.
Inshallah.